Okay, you guys, so we are back with another banging video. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj name being mentioned. There are some allegations against Cardi B. It is alleged that she had paid someone for them to run a bot smear campaign against Nicki Minaj. It is alleged that Cardi B paid someone to run a bot smear campaign against Nicki, right? No. Do you guys remember when Cardi B gave her album the title, Am I the Drama? And I said to you guys, she's going to have drama for the next maybe 3 years consistently because she has manifested it without even knowing. Yeah, she's filled with drama. Cardi B is drama. She's ghetto. And that's just who she is. Whether you love to love her or love to hate her, the girl is who she is, right? So this is something that happened a while back. And many people on Twitter, they were talking about it and they were doing their little investigation. Some people were saying that the celebrity was Jay-Z, Rock Nation. They were naming different people. But the Barbs were saying someone is always coming after Nicki. It's no surprise. And many of them believe that it was Cardi B, right? So this discussion is coming back up again. You guys know Cardi B is on tour. I don't know where she get the time for all of this. Man, when I tell you, she needs to give me a couple ounces of her blood because she has energy. But on second thoughts, I don't want that drama. And I don't want that toxicity. So on second thoughts, no. But this girl definitely has a lot of energy, right? So the discussion came back on Twitter, and Cardi B is being accused by Alex Brusewitz, because that's who I see responding to Cardi B's threats. Alex Brusewitz is saying, yes, your team did reach out to one of the companies that you named to actually do what I'm saying you are accused of, right? But Cardi B saying she's not guilty and she's gonna sue. So after the entire drama came out on Twitter about, the smear campaign bots against Nicki, do you guys remember it was 2 weeks ago I told you that the bots were going off again on Twitter? They always release those bots on Twitter. And when they release those bots on Twitter, sometimes the programming get out of control and the bots will go off doing other things that they weren't even commanded to do. I kid you not. I kid you absolutely not, right? So the other day when the Epstein file came out, the bots were going off on Twitter, off on Jay-Z and Beyonce. And sometimes when you see comments on social media and you think they're people, they're not people, they're bots. And when you click on them, you'll see like their account is private and all they are bots, okay? So celebrities and PR companies, they use these. The PR company that represents Travis Scott, they're one of the most powerful PR companies, and that's the reason why the Kylie have never been able to ruin Travis Scott, even if they wanted to, because Travis Scott has that lady that is known as the beast of PR. And if you guys remember Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, Travis Scott's name came up in the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's lawsuit because Justin Baldoni, I believe, if not, it was Blake Lively who used that PR firm. But when I tell you that PR firm is a beast, if you pay them to end someone's career, it's going to be done. If you pay them to revive someone's career, it's going to be done. And when it was Justin Baldoni, and they said that when Justin Baldoni said, let's unleash the smear campaign against Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni was looking at Twitter, believing the lies that the bots were releasing. Like the bots, because they are programmed from software, it's like an AI. So they know what's going on the internet, and they mix the truth with lies, and they'll have you tricked. So a lot of times you'll see stuff on the internet and think that these are people who are actually being mischievous. They're bots, and they are filled on Twitter. They used to be on YouTube a lot, but I don't know. It seems as though YouTube has fixed them, because when I tell you guys that, I remember doing one video, and as I put up the video went viral, and under 30 minutes, the video had over 100,000 views. And when I tell you, my daughter came running to me and she was like, "Mommy, look, the bots are taking over your comment section." And I had no idea they were bots. And she said, "Yes, look at them, look at them, look at them." She said, "This is about, this is about, most of these things are bots." And I'm like, oh my God. And I had to be going through and blocking them consistently. So the bots are vicious. When they use them to do a smear campaign, they are vicious. When I tell you, they are vicious. Okay? So I just wanted to tell you guys that so you understand how evil the bots are and how vicious they are. If you are a person who has a friend as a hacker and you want to ruin someone and you want to get revenge from someone, just ask that person to release some bots for you to ruin that person. It will be done in minutes or hours. Not even under 24 hours, it will be done. So this is why Cardi B is clapping back. Because when most of these celebrities use bots and they will never speak the truth about it, most of them, they use bots and they'll never tell you the truth that they actually do. They'll never ever on their Instagram page, on their Twitter page, and you see people cheering them on, giving them fire emoji, heart emoji, yes queen, fight. Bots, okay? So after the discussion is coming back up again, Cardi B's name is being mentioned, and a Trump supporter, because they're saying this guy is a Trump supporter. So Cardi B spoke out, and Cardi B says, "Listen, you involved me in something that has nothing to do with me, so now we're gonna talk about the facts." I think this is Sabra, is a data company with a lot of investors like Mike G, customers like Elon Musk. You remember when Elon Musk was accused of releasing the bots over on Twitter and even in the time of the pandemic? Yeah, those stuff. So she's saying the people who owns these bot companies are like Sabra, who is a data company, and she's saying with a lot of investors like Mike G, customers like Elon Musk and Pepsi. I'm wondering if even Cardi B wrote this, right? And then she says, and Pepsi that use that company for data and even has Mike Pompeo on the board of advisors, right? She further states, so what you need to focus on is the fact that data is very real and leave me out of your bullshit. I do not have anything to do with that, and I don't give a F. Now lie and say that's not true. See what happened when you involve me in shit that don't have nothing to do with me. I get down to the gristle of it. And by the way, I am still going to sue you, you wet, dirty dog. So after she made that comment, after they were accusing her of wanting to start a smear campaign against Nicki using bots, Alex Brusewitz responded to Cardi B, standing 10 toes down And when he responded, so Alex Brusewitz, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Yeah. He replied, former Kamala Harris surrogate and rapper at I Am Cardi B, who recently threatened to physically assault ICE officers if they came to her shows, just threatened to sue me, but immediately deleted her threat after I provided facts that her rep is, in fact, involved with a company that produced the at Nicki Minaj bot HOAX. So he's saying that after he provided evidence that Cardi B's rep is in fact involved in the company that produced the at Nicki Minaj bot HOAX, Cardi B deleted her post, and he's saying you didn't have to delete it, Cardi, right? No. It seems as though Cardi B's fans don't read. I don't know what the heck is wrong with some of them. I don't know what the heck is wrong with some of Cardi B's fans. They don't read. They don't pay attention to details. And you see, for me, if you're a person who consistently don't pay attention to details, it's one of the most irritating thing ever. If you have a medical condition that affects, your focus and concentration, that is different, because medical conditions do affect people's focus and concentration. And when you're deficient in certain vitamins and minerals, it also affects your focus and concentration. But what I'm saying is that I see a consistent pattern with Cardi B's fan base, right? Because they don't read, because this guy came out and he came out proving that Cardi B's PR company, based on what he's saying, was in fact involved in the bot hoax against Nicki, but Cardi B is calling the man a wet, dirty dog and telling him he's gonna sue him. Can you imagine if this was an average citizen who didn't know how to come out with the evidence to support his statement? You know what would have happened? Cardi B would have sued him and won. You remember that situation a few months back with a security guard where she won that case? I believe Cardi B attacked that security guard. But I also believe her when she said the security guard took photos of her. I believe the security saw Cardi B coming in. Cardi B is a celebrity. Cardi B is pregnant. She wanted to take the photo, and I believe the security violated her role and violated Cardi B and took the photo. And I believe that's how the argument between her and the security developed. I believe Cardi B verbally assaulted that woman and possibly physically assaulted her too. I'm not sure about the physical assault, but I know Cardi B would verbally assault that woman. And the girl lost the case. And I know, I'm not saying she never told any lie in the allegations, but I believe most of what she said was factual. And I'm seeing where it is said that she is gonna, go back to court over the case again because she's saying that she knows she's not lying on Cardi B. So I'm saying that to say, what if this gentleman didn't know how to pull receipts to back up his statements? Cardi B, because she sued, and I said this to you guys, and I keep saying this to you guys. Cardi B will only go for the small man. She'll never go for the big man. She never goes after some people. She never claps back on some people. And because she won that lawsuit against Tasha K, in Cardi B's fans' heads, she is mighty and powerful and she'll win every lawsuit. And because she won, 2 other cases after that, she's mighty and but no, she's not going to win every lawsuit. She won't. And I promise you, she will not, because she came out strong and she called that man. It's not even saying, she came out defending herself, because chances are her PR team could have been behind it without her having any knowledge of it. Let's keep it real. So it's not as though she came out defending herself. She came out calling that man a dirty, wet dog. Do you know how disrespectful that is? Just because someone is saying your PR team did XYZ, she did not come out, because if she wasn't aware that her team did it, and if she said she's going to sue that person because that person is lying on her, she's defending herself with that. She can always say she's suing you. She never verbally assaulted nor verbally attacked. But you call the gentleman a dirty, wet dog, right? And said he was lying, and then he came out, which is what he says his receipt has proof that Cardi B's team, PR team, was a part of the Nicki Minaj bot hoax. And then, yes, because I saw on TikTok where they said Cardi B's tweet was later deleted. How do you call someone a dirty wet dog? Why not check with Cardi B needs someone to represent her, because I see it. I see, Alex Brusewitz. Yeah, I see it. It says, here's the archive link. Ooh, I'm going to take a chance to click on this link on it because I want to see what the link is showing. Sabra launches brand entertainment council new alliance against brand disinformation. Sabra has launched a high-profile brand and entertainment council uniting influential leaders from across media, entertainment, and communication. This advisory panel brings together experts from United Talent Agency, UTA, Rock Nation, Golin, and former Bed Bath & Beyond leadership under CEO Dan Brahmi guidance. The council will provide strategic guidance to Sabra's team and partners, advising on how to strengthen solutions against disinformation, fake profiles, and other online threats. The goal is to help Sabra combat the escalating spread of social media disinformation, keeping the wider industry a step ahead of these evolving attacks. It says, launch at a pivotal moment. The council is working with Sabra to combat the wave of false narrative, fake accounts, and AI-generated deepfake content spreading across social media platforms. When disinformation moves at the speed of social media, one deepfake can hurt a career, and one post amplified by fake accounts can use brand perception to collapse overnight. Sabra's tools are designed to protect authenticity in an age where anyone and anything can be digitally weaponized. It says council members include Johnny Bentwood, president of Data and Analytics and Gulling, an IPG company, Mike G, senior partner and talent agent at Utah, representing stars like Lil Wayne and Cardi B. David Wonder, chief digital officer at Rock Nation. You would understand why Rock Nation would be a part of this, because Rock Nation has been on, Jay-Z has gotten the bot attacks, and many people did not know it was bot attacks, right? So he's saying that this is, Cardi B's people, they are a part of this team. Let's see. All right. So Brusewitz, what he's pointing out is that Cardi B's team, Mike Gergos, sits on Sabra Brand and Entertainment Council, right? and he's giving some more information. So what it says is Brusewitz attempted to discredit Sabra's report on X, pointing out that Roc Nation Chief Digital Officer David Wonder and Cardi B's agent Mike Gergis both sit on Sabra's Brand and Entertainment Council, according to a since-deleted Sabra's webpage. Minaj and her fan base have also long viewed Roc Nation as an enemy. The company represents Megan Thee Stallion, another female opposed to Minaj. Roc Nation was founded by Jay-Z, whom Minaj alleges shortchanged her when he sold his streaming service title. A representative for Roc Nation did not respond to a request for comment. Cardi B did not immediately respond either. So that is what Bruce Witz posted as his little some of his receipts. But Cardi B's fans, they're not paying attention to what is happening, because he's saying that Cardi B's team was in fact a part of the bot HOAX against Nicki Minaj, and he's saying he has evidence to prove it. And then he's saying this is why Cardi B deleted her tweet, and he's saying if it's not true, why did you delete your tweet, Cardi B? Because after Cardi B said that she was going to sue him, it was deleted. Then you have Cardi B's fans saying, oh, this lawsuit is going to be a walk in the park for Cardi B. Cardi B is going to surely win this lawsuit, but they're not paying attention to the fact that she deleted it after she called the man a dirty, wet dog, and said it never happened. Let me see what else she has. Seems as though she has something else. Yes. She has another tweet, right? She says, first of all, I don't keep track of my agent's investments, so her tune is changing here. That's none of my business. You see, that is what I was saying. I was saying her people could have invested and she had no idea. And here she's coming, backtracking and saying the same thing. She said, what I did do, however, was woke up to you, including me, in bullshit. So I had to up on the phone and do my research to see what your weird ass was talking about. But she did not do her research, because if she had done her research, she wouldn't call him a dirty wet dog, a liar, and threaten to sue him, because she has now done her research and is saying she's not responsible for what her agents choose to invest in, which is true. But that is what she needs. A PR team. She needs to stop talking on social media, because what if everyone was like her? What if everyone was like her, right? Anywho, she said she had to do her research to see what his weird ass was talking about. Second, why you not mentioning all the other investors and customers and whatever the F else that meant to be on your side, but you not questioning them. Instead, you want to talk about rivals. Baby, this is not 2018 anymore. You so late. I'm on a sold out tour and don't give a F about none of what you and your people got going on. America got so many issues. Businesses are closing. Homeowners are slashing the prices on their homes. Interest rates are high. Yet Trump advisors is arguing on Twitter with a female rapper. Ladies and gentlemen, this is America. You know that Cardi B is a narcissist? People have always said it, and this proves he's a narcissist. So at first the man was a dirty, lying, wet dog, and you're gonna sue him. And then you realize that the man wasn't a dirty, lying, wet dog. As you said, you realize that he was speaking the truth. And then now, because you realize that he's speaking the truth, you have no control in what your people invest in, and you are a government official who should be taking care of government business. But didn't you know that when you were arguing with him initially? And you are so busy on a sold out tour. So why was his tweet one of the first things you saw if you're so busy? This is narcissism at its highest peak. This is covert narcissism. How do you switch up so quickly? Why didn't you reach out to your people when he made the allegations? You attack the man, you call him a dirty wet dog. Can you imagine that? Without any shred of evidence. Did you say to yourself, self, I didn't do this, but I know in the industry, the people in the industry do play games from time to time. Could someone on my team have done this and I not know about it? Cardi B needs to don't respond to these things on social media, because what if Alex decides that he's going to come for you legally? You call that man a dirty, wet, lying dog. That's what you did. You did, and then you say, I have no time or interest for this. I'm on a sold out tour. After you were proven wrong. I have no control in what my investors get involved in. Only because you were proven wrong. So Alex now is responding to her saying, you're right, I am at Cardi B. You're not crashing out at all. You're eloquently making your point as exhibited yet another class response from you. That said, you initially tweeted you had no affiliation with anyone. If this man wants, he could actually take Cardi B to the cleaners. And he further went on to say, you initially tweeted you had no affiliation with anyone involved in Sabra. Now you've shifted your narrative and appear to have a remarkably detailed understanding of the company. Why did you first claim no connection to my G? I'm not addressing the data because I don't believe it was gathered honestly. The story implication is that Nicki and MAGA, the story implication is that Nicki and MAGA paying for bots to boost her, which I simply don't buy. I also doubt the data validity, given how intertwined the company is with individuals linked to her rival. This circles right back to my original point. And it does. Cardi B needs to listen and pay attention, because if she's gonna, this behavior is not gonna fly. You threatened to sue this man, calling this man a wet, dirty dog. And you said what he was saying is not true. Then you found out it was true, and then you're saying you have no control over what your partners choose to invest in, which is true. And that is what should have been your initial response, because you really have no control over what your partners invest in. You have really no control. But at least it's all out now. I guess he ain't a dirty wet dog after all. I guess that dirty wet dog is someone else. Hey, I tell you, the mighty and the powerful, y'all need to listen to Cat Williams. It's up for all of y'all. It's up for all of y'all.